Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Been a while, I know. Um, it's been an exciting year, one way or another. Anyhow, so thank you all for putting up with the fact that my content output has been dire. The algorithm has murdered me for it. Subscribers, big thank you all for clicking that button. Anyone who hasn't, click it here. Bit of a change from the other sort of out of awe covering people. Not doing montages, not doing anything like that. If you want me to do tutorials and stuff, please say so. But this is the biggest bagger. Yeah, these are the big news of the latest update, obviously. And they're a bit of a chuckle to use. I've been messing around with it, having a bit of fun. I haven't really built a setup for running it, as you'll see other creators doing. I've just sort of been operating it around this hole in the bottom of a mine that has developed since the ASMR filming. To give you an idea, pretty much until the update 4 days ago, I had been playing this just as my insomnia game. So it's, you know, when you're so tired in the evening that you can't really concentrate on any other game, but you want to play something, and this is, going to be honest, pretty brainless, let's be honest. But yeah, these things do the job. They're a lot less tiring to use than going across everything with the loader. But they do have this problem with the boom hitting terrain, so you have to be a bit sort of sly in how you get in there with it. Just sort of scroll a little to the right as you sort of dig in for a new cut. Get the head of the machine sort of level with the ground, level where you're cutting, and off you go again. That way you don't undercut. I don't like overhangs. Just the way I am. Since Collapse Mechanic came in and bits of roof start falling on you, I'm not okay with that. So yeah, we'll just keep rotating around here. As you can see, we've got a fair amount deeper in the mine. Do love the detail on this game. I've just decided to keep going downwards. I'm not even sure how much of the periodic table and stuff are actually in this map. Or whether I've found everything that's in the map already, or whether I've got to restart a new one. Anyone who knows anything about that, please let me know. Because this map was started a few updates ago. Should I start a new map now we've got this new equipment? I'm undecided. So yeah, let me know what you guys think on that one. I reckon I'm going to have to come up a cut for this though, for sure. Like that's so totally got to come up. Yeah, I'm probably not using this thing in the most efficient way. Scream at me in the comments. But I'm enjoying myself, and it's nice and easy and lazy, and I can do this for a while. Other things that have been going on, it's pretty rainy in the UK. I'm blaming a certain devastating Caribbean hurricane for that one. Our weather's a mess. Spain's about to get hit, which means that we'll get it 2 days' time. It's just the way the Atlantic works. A big washing machine that sends out big loads of water all in this direction. It's great fun. Gaming wise, not much been going on. Just move my mouse out of the way of the controls for that. There we go. Yeah. Life is what it is in the UK, really. Things in the news don't get any better, so that's the tail stock actually hitting that. That could be a problem. Just about got in there, but if that tail stock actually does adjust with the height of this, then could be a problem. Guess I'll be leaving a bit in that direction until I can come forward with the stack. These devices do take a lot of space to work, which means that I've been having to go in and clear up with the loader occasionally in various spots. It doesn't leave a very smooth floor, as you can see, so there may have to be bulldozer and grader action. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, once it starts really cutting in, it just keeps pumping it out. One thing that I do recommend is the remapping of the keys recommended by some of the other creators. It is a good idea to remap the keys for this because they're a mess. Total mess. So you go into the settings, go into the excavator settings for the keyboard controls, and if you scroll down to the bottom you'll find the controls for the spider and a few other things, and this is mixed in amongst them. I think there's 9 entries. I've got the movement on the shift modifier, but everything else is on normal modifier. And I've used U, J, H and K for the output belt, WASD for the main belt, and shift to move around. I remapped start stop onto Q just because. After all, E is exiting into vehicle in all vehicles, so it's probably a good idea to remap that one because E is originally mapped to start the machine up, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, the obviously output is going into a hopper system. That's conveyors with dump trays over the top. There is a hopper at the end, and then it goes up that stack, as you can see, where that set of steps goes up in the background. And all of my processors at the top there hasn't really been changed much. We've just got a high temperature smelter hanging out in the middle of nowhere at the moment. I need to do some decorative block work. Yeah, we'll just keep smearing as much as I can out this corner at the moment. That looks pretty good. Round we go again. And so yeah, it's just tick-tock back and forth like this, but I'm actually not sure which is faster when near a big hopper like this, the loader or this, but I do see how setting up a couple of these machines and a big bench and just going along in a big crawl could be pretty good, which is what I'm aiming to set up this mine for now. So need to square it up a bit. I've got a few dents and uneven bits around the edge that need sorting out, so I think there'll be some platform building and get this thing into position and sort of start creeping in on it, squaring it all up, because it does cut a very nice straight edge for the edge of your pit. As you can see there, it's very smooth edge, so I might use it decoratively around the top edge off a platform, just build my way around slowly and decorate the top edge and square it up and bring it down. I don't know, not sure what to do on this one, but we are getting into the range of if you dig too deep in this direction, you just end up massively overloading the machine. So it also leaves funny dunk dunk dunks in your nice smooth rear edge. So if you just keep cutting the bottom width of the wheel down each time, it seems to work best, nice and smooth. You can see there it's filling up into overload and then dropping away again. It's kind of handy. So yeah, other things have gone on. Let me think. We had all the fireworks and stuff. We had carnival. The carnival that we're calling the British politics. Oh yeah, that was funny. BBC lying about a certain American premier businessman and 2 times president, who I'm not that keen on as a businessman, but as a politician I've got a lot of respect for him, to be quite honest. But anyhow, he was definitely misrepresented by a certain British broadcaster, and is getting his own back, and I hope he does, because I dislike the BBC and they've been manipulating coverage for a long time, and they absolutely deserve what they get. We won't get into my opinion on the licence fee and everything. Oh yeah, I Forgot that the back end of that's hitting that. Yeah, it does go up and down as the arm does. Okay. This could be fun and games. I suppose the billion he's asking for isn't really that out of there when I think about it. I mean, let's say 100 million people saw the program. $10 for each bit of damage. Yeah, that's a bill. Yeah, it's reasonable. You know, I can see where he's coming from with that number. It's not just been pulled out of thin air. Let's get this machine squared back up from where I dumped it. Turn that a little bit more that way. Right then. Check everything's still lined up, which it isn't. That looks better. That's the mistake I keep making. Turn, turn, turn. I don't know if the high-low gear on the hydrostatic makes any difference on the rotation speed. I don't think it does, which is a shame, but still. Definitely resting on that lump of dirt. That's the greatest timing in the world ever. Good old autosave and the terraforming lock function. However, it has hit just at the gap. Perfect. Let's keep an eye on the counterweight. Back the other way. Just have to accept that unevenness, sort it out in a bit. See, I debate whether to drop down as I cut across the gap, but I think I'll just keep it level and keep going back and forth on a nice even level and just treat it relaxed. Gives the machinery time to catch up as well, because other creators I have seen in both cases are using double machines, and mine's only a single run machine, so sometimes you can overload it. But it doesn't take long to catch up, so by the time you've done a reposition of the machinery, built another piece of conveyor work to run it, normally a single line machine will have caught up, and so realistically do you need to sort of go for it, if that makes sense. It's a difficult one. I think I am going to take a bit more out of that cut there though. Hopefully this will result in a bit more gold in my reserve now. Haven't been mining much paid up. You can see over there it's mainly rock. So yeah, this paid up will actually be becoming fairly useful in my mining plan. The coal's good too, because we've got the coal generator going up the top there now. I'm going to slowly phase those in, since I have an excess of coal now. I meant to do it a lot earlier, I've just been lazy, realistically. Sorry about the camera angle there, just having a look to see when I'm going to have to bring in the loader and do a little bit of a level up and build some more sort of, I think the way to run these is on concrete panelled roads. Yeah, I've been fairly quiet on the iron making myself recently due to the fact that it's raining and hot metal and rain don't go together, but got my forge set up, got a roof over the top, got an anvil. Now I need some metal work to hit, and inspiration I think would be probably needed. I don't really know what to make. Nails is an option, funny leaves is an option. Making some copper jewellery up at the moment. Don't know if that's going to sell or not. We'll see how that goes. But with the amount it costs for a market stall, I won't be doing that anytime soon. Cheapers. So yeah, might have to start my own website. Anybody want some merch? What kind of merch could Mr. JP have? Airfix model or one of these with some custom decals? I don't know. I should really get round to custom decaling my company. I'm so lazy when it comes to decorative stuff, I really am. There is no road down into this mine yet, but I figure until I know where the outline of the hole is going to be, there's no point digging a road around the edge, because I'll just dig through my road. So, yeah. Definitely need to extend the footprint to the north. I want to go north. Don't ask me why. It's going to be tweet. And yeah, I actually haven't tried driving this thing from the in-cab view. I don't think I want to. Like, I don't really have a thing for pain. So yeah. It may be maybe that it deletes a lot of material. I'm not sure which is more efficient, the loader or this. Time-wise, I think this is more efficient for the area you clear. It just doesn't look it because it's circular instead of square. The loader is definitely a tool that you've got to be good with because setting these up requires them, I would say. The cut's still producing, keep it going round. Good quantities of coal going into the system by the looks of things. That means that the single slot that I used for the generator in the storage has refilled and it's overflowing into the sales pot. It's a good way to build a machine. Or the processors. Seems to work quite nicely. There we go. Now the question is, can I even dig from this location with this output? Gonna be tight. but I think I can. The gap obviously is the former ramp down that I dug with the loader towards that hopper to get down there. Did quite well on that. Looks like it's ridiculously steep from here, but it was fine to use. I could have moved further forward, but it'll make for a nice smooth bottom dirt. To be fair, once again, keep an eye on that there counterweight. Alright, managed to knock myself enough that I think the actual output had moved over away from the hopper, which was quite impressive for what was quite a little knock. Still, that will be over with soon. Starting to get to the point of continuous cut across the gap. That's nice. That's very nice. Glad I'm not on a wireless keyboard, it'd be eating battery power holding down left and right like this. Suppose I could do it on a joystick. Hadn't thought about that. I do know that joystick interaction or interface in this game can be a bit dodgy, but yeah, you know. Don't knock it till you tried it, right? alright, just getting curious. I wanted to see whether I could take any more out by coming back in at it. Mostly keeping an eye on the financial figures in the corner going up all the time, because if they stop moving I've run out of fuel upstairs. Probably do. Sounds like there's a traffic jam outside my place. Honking of horns, people yelling. All fun and games. If I hear explosions or banging, I'll get excited. Yeah. Just so you know, I am sat on a floor behind a metal radiator, so we should be good. No glass for Mr. JP. Probably sound mega paranoid, but hey. You're paranoid till it happens, and then you're prepared. The difference between paranoid and prepared is it happening. Oh dear. Get this lifted right up out of the way. See whether I can shuffle this machine across just a little. And go and check the fuel and everything. Because that looks like it might run out up there. Guess I better have a look at that first. Right. I'm a little curious as to how that reposition will affect the reach in this direction, and what it's going to do in the other. Hoping it'll mean I can cut some of that lump by the staircase away. If not, I've got to get him in there with the loader. But it is doing a nice job of just chamfering this edge. Very inefficient, I know. But I've been at a loss recently on what other games to play. It's another reason why this has been the Insomnia game. No real inspiration. Don't know if it's because of what happened across the summer or what, but yeah, definite lack of that inspiration stuff. Never mind. I'm sure I'll get over it at some point. get over it or have a breakdown. Not sure which. Been waiting for the breakdown for a little while, to be honest. Don't understand why it hasn't happened. There has been plenty of things that could have triggered one. I don't know. It's got a good chunk of that corner munched out anyway. A bit more of that gone. I know what I didn't do. That's refuel some equipment. Yeah. It's a long way down these days. Always makes me laugh because the hopper goes the colour of what you're cutting, so that's pay dirt. But watch the conveyor. Doesn't change colour. It's the little things, I'm sure they'll pick up on it in time and sort it out. Probably more interested in getting the update sorted out now. Because people have been waiting for some new types of machinery for a while. We've had bigger this, bigger that. We've had variety of different, the same machine, so loader, dumper, that kind of thing. This is actually the first device that cuts in a different method since the tunneler. So that's kind of nice. I suppose the rope shovels, you could say, are a different cutting method, but they're very similar to the front shovels that we've had for a while. So, yeah. Very glad to see this in the game, really. Keep an eye on that counterweight again, because I do not think I'm clear on the swing yet. still, the money is clicking up, clicking up, clicking up, so... Ooh. Oh, we have... Ah, we are clearing it. Excellent. Which means that this is going to get... pretty laden pretty quick now. There we go. That's why I was so keen to get rid of that lump at the back there, is so that I could get that swing round. Just in case it didn't make it. But it does, so all to the good. Back and forth we go again. So I'll be probably working frenziedly away with this machine down in the bottom here. There needs to be a platform built in that corner to allow one of these to get in at that and bring it down to this height. That corner there needs evening up a bit, that corner there needs evening up a bit, so yeah, I think a machine on each side of this mine cutting forward, evening up both sides and then follow it up, going downwards till we got a nice big footprint for getting these things in down here. Since I want to get out some rock, lots of rock. Which I think I'm going to do anyway. That stone level over there is rising, so I'll be absolutely hauling out a load of it, hopefully. Definitely going to get in the bulldozer on the track that I'm going to run in with this on as well. Yeah, loader followed by bulldozer. Get it below the level, put down some tile. Now we've got the fast sledgehammer, it's not so bad to remove afterwards. Go back along there at that height, even it up. That's right, just centering the output. Make sure that it's staying roughly in the middle. Should really keep an eye on the counterweight again, because it does go up and down. Oh, as I drop it should be lifting, so should be in the clear again. Yeah, lovely. Once this first initial sort of cutting is done from around here, then I'll have plenty of space for the swing arm. That peak could be interesting. Hopefully it'll just get munched. Yeah, it just got munched. Excellent. things I've already learnt not to do with this machine: don't get it on an angle. If you cut on an angle, you end up with all sorts of crazy chaos going on. It can be done. It's perfectly fine. You know, the machine will work to cut a slope or whatever, or across a slope. But if you're leaning, it gets a little unstable and rocks around a lot on the uneven ground. It's you do definitely want it on a smooth, firm surface, level as well. As I say, short of building floor tracks everywhere for it to run on, I haven't thought of a solution to this yet. We'll see. Never thought to check the stockpiles and see how much there was actually being mined out. I'll have a look in a minute. Coming up on an hour's worth of footage. I think I've gone up 2 million or so since I started digging in with this machine. So, yeah. I know I've sold off probably 2 silos worth of gold and steel and copper. So there's a fair amount of material come out this little pit. It's only a little pit really. You compare it to some of the other creators, they've got some huge mines. They've also got multiplayers running in them, and this is a work of just myself. So I think a certain amount of slackness can be excused. The question is, which bulldozer to use for the smoothing? This should be knocking out a fair variety of outputs on the machine anyway. I don't know if that's stone or copper there. Might be stone. But if it's copper, it might be the copper actually. If it's copper, it will just chew straight into it, which will be nice. Looks like it might be the copper. And it's a bit slow and it takes a while, but just bringing this round to a manoeuvring position will make my life a lot easier. Oops. Giant loader, definitely not the solution to this. This might require some thinking. Because most of the time I do everything with a loader and leave a fairly smooth surface and everything's cool, but that surface is a bit awkward. Yeah, the electrical pins from the conveyors don't help, and that's why I should build the conveyors one block lower than I have done there. I know. I know. Things we learn later, right? I think it's about that. It'll do. Definitely does nothing for the rotation speed. Okay. May look a bit weird, but I figured the reason it was rotating slowly is it was hitting rogue voxels we can't see. Since I have found a few of them before, you can't see them, you drive past with a loader and whack, it's in the bucket. So, just be interesting to see how much material is sort of flowing out of that. Not enough to fill the belts continuously, so yeah. But interesting nonetheless. Just brushing the edge there. Learn something new every day. But this 180-degree arc appears to be the way to do business. That gives a nice backdrop of the machinery up there. So you can see that tower goes up and around all the way up on the top left into a hopper, and then flows through the rest. Be the best way of putting it, I guess. You got a standard sorting drum, splits you down into the wash plant, which goes through another sorting drum, extracting the dirt and the riches, goes through to the output belts and the refineries. Then the other half of that sorting drum, which is all the coal, stone and everything, goes through the stone screen and the coal screen, ends up at the frother via a crusher or two. Yeah, I think I remember how I set that lot out. Seem to remember that both of the refineries are just going through a standard bar roller, just to make bars. I don't know if blooms are worth more or something, but more equipment, more hassle, more money. Still a good mix of material going in. I mean, we've got pay dirt, we've got coal, we've got all sorts. They can't complain at head office that we're not pulling our weight. So yeah, I mean, all in all, we're just ticking up 1,000 each time. It's probably a combination of the coal. Might be diamond and ruby all overflowing out of the system. The ingots don't go through to a pay thing and they shouldn't be overflowing yet. So it can only be coal and dirt sales that are making any money. Looks like dirt sales by the numbers now. It's not going up in thousands like it does when the coal's going in. So yeah, that's quite a chunk of tidying up in that corner that needs doing. But then I'm intending to extend that way anyway, toward the north, so through that wall there. It needs to be wider. I reckon this one could swing just further than the 180 and it'll still cut. Yeah, look at that. Just about. Yeah, not very efficient, but going to be clever. I'm going to actually keep that a little bit rolled out there, because when it spawns in, it doesn't have on loading the game. When you like quit and exit and save and stuff, it doesn't half dig a hole when you load the game up again. Quite a big one too. So, just have a quick look at the machinery. So yeah, that's the hopper at the top of the run of the line. Obviously, big coal generator. Add some more into that. And here's the sorter and wash plant with the second sorter, and that all comes through into that container there, which is pumping. No, we're alright, but we are running out of space in it. That's the coal that is outputting, and that's into the two refineries. The frother is not doing much. That hasn't overfilled yet. Let's see what I've got. So, some lithium there. Got quite a good amount of this, to be quite honest. Still a load of material coming through, obviously. Oh, just finished. Excellent. Go to the store, sell a few bits and bobs. Those I'll keep hold of for the moment. 1.7 mil. Nice. 1.5. Lithium worth that little bit more. Don't find that much silicon. It's not even worth that much. So what have I got left in here? 2,700, 5,200. That's another. Alright. These are the slowest thing out there. They need a mechanical gem polisher. It's like an essential. Nearly enough to make a person feel ill. Ah, that's it. Workbenches. I remember now. Let's get another 4 of them in. As I say, the biggest bane ever, but I think it's about time for me to take a break as well. Game for too long, legs go numb, end up with deep pain from Dozers or something. So, yeah. That's all kinds of wrong. Let's try that. Yeah, that was something I was thinking about. I was making up fuel drums for filling with oil rigs for making tarmac with the tailings, since it's probably worth more. But I'll get around to that later. Probably when I rebuild this equipment and stuff. But yeah, so as you can see from up here, it's that's not the highest point. This is pretty much the highest point. So yeah, it's about 3 footprints wide, I'd reckon, for this machine. So it needs to be bigger. Need to take that corner out. Need to take that corner out. Need to take that corner out for sure. It's huge. And then it might be looking a bit more decent. But as you can see, that's the copper deposit. That's all copper through there. That's stonework obviously, and then paid off in that direction. So thank you all for joining me. If you made it this far, well done, and you're the kind of people who should definitely be hitting the like and subscribe buttons, and Mr. JP will appreciate it very much. Thanks for joining me, and look after yourselves out there. The world is getting shiftier by the day. Have a good one, folks. Bye for now.